Hi guys, this is Samuel Benter, and the subject I want to talk about today is the importance of self-reliance and detachment. Oh Sam, what is this? It's another one of those videos where he's going to kick us up the backside. Well, guess what? Yes, it is. Guys, you come first before anyone else. I don't say that in a rude way. I don't say that in a selfish way. But guess what? You can't help people if you can't help yourself. If you ain't leaning, standing still, like you ain't gonna help someone else do it because you ain't stable yourself. Self-reliance. You can have X amount of people and be very, very dependent on them, being too needy for them. And people can just mess you around. I've had so many people muck me around when I first started doing this series, where I've ended up directing it, being the only writer and producing it. Originally, I wasn't looking to be doing any of that stuff. I had other people doing it, but they messed me around. And it taught me a very important lesson on this subject of self-reliance. You've got to rely on yourself to do it. Because guess what? When you have that self-reliance, it gives you a core, it gives you grounding. It gives you a feeling of being deeply rooted. When you're deeply rooted, you will stand strong. And when the tidal waves come, you're able to just hold and stand still and just keep persevering and just keep going forward with everything it is that you're doing. So, self-reliance. Don't be so dependent on other people. To a certain degree, you know what? Yeah, we do need to be dependent on certain people. I.e., if you have a sound recorder, yeah, you've got to be dependent on that person. A cameraman, yeah, you need to be dependent on that person. Cast, yeah, we need to be dependent on our cast. But in general, you've got to be able to hold the fort to yourself. I'm all about teamwork. Believe me, there was no way I could have done All About the Mackenzies all by myself. Hell no, that could not have happened. So to a certain degree, I needed to have that help from other people. But you've got to have that self-reliance. You've got to take the first step. You've got to do some research and knowledge yourself on certain things. Because ignorance will create dramas. Let me say that again. Ignorance will create dramas. Ignorance can get you into trouble. Ignorance can get you arrested. Ignorance can get you locked up. Ignorance, you can break X amount of laws. Now, I'm not saying that, you know what, with the show, everything is spick and span and everything is done by the book. Because I'll be honest with you, it's not. But it all comes down to having a great cast and crew who believe in what you're doing. And you know what, they're willing to put in the work just to get the thing off the ground. Now, let me go to the subject of detachment. Yes, have passion for what it is you're doing, but remain detached. Because when you attach yourself to it and you're so emotionally involved in it, my gosh, if it gets wiped from you, you'll be knocked out. You will be knocked out. Trust me, the amount of times I've been knocked out when certain things have happened with this show, like there were times I could have just given up. But I had to just rely on myself to pick myself up off the ground and say, you know what, I have to do this. Not just for me, but for my cast. For my cast that have contributed to this show and my crew that have contributed to this show, but also for the people that watch the show and love it. They're contributing by taking apart from it, taking from it. Because All About the Mackenzies is all about growth, ethics, values, humor, self-reflection, innovative thinking, positivity, all those aspects, all growth. This is what it's about. And if I give up, no one else gets to see it, no one else gets to benefit, and everything just goes downhill. Let's not go in that direction, guys. Self-reliance and remain detached, very important lesson.